Well, we've all heard about the harmful effects of smoking, but it's vaping that has taken the younger generation by storm. With a reported 20% of high schoolers vaping nicotine, Amy Taylor, Chief of Community Engagement for Truth Initiative, and Giana Darville, a Truth Initiative Youth Board Liaison, are making a push to declare youth nicotine vaping as a mental health issue. And they join us now to tell us more. Both of you, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having us.
It's a great conversation to have. I want to start with you, Amy. How did we get to this point in the youth vaping epidemic?
Well, we are at a collision course, right, between two serious issues that are affecting young people. The first is the mental health crisis. Young people are feeling depressed and anxious and stressed in a way that we haven't seen in generations. And on top of that, we have a vaping crisis. More than 2 million high school students are currently vaping, and they're turning to their vapes because they believe that it's going to make them feel better. It's going to calm them down. But what we know is that it actually increases their feelings of anxiety and stress. And in fact, in a new survey we just conducted, 93% of vapers say that it negatively impacts their mental health.
And we see younger generations, Gen Z, younger millennials, self-soothing by vaping. You mentioned the mental health component of this. I'm glad we're talking about this as well. Giana, tell us more about the moment of action for mental health.
Definitely. Well, I mean, there are a bunch of activists up here in DC from all across the country, from Florida, from New York, from Alaska, talking about this issue in DC and about how it affects them and their communities all across the country. And so yesterday we were on the National Mall after talking to members at the White House, after talking to members at the Department of Health and Human Services about the intersection of mental health and nicotine vaping. And on the National Mall, we were able to actually do some breathing exercises as an act of self-care and activism to reclaim our breath in the face of predatory industries that are marketing us things that can make these feelings worse, but marketing them as things that can make us feel better. And so we're excited to do that and also share resources like being able to text ACTION to 88709 to get involved, or texting Ditch Vape, which is one word, to 88709 to enroll in This Is Quitting, which is our amazing free text-based anonymous service that can help those of you who are trying to quit nicotine vaping and walk you along that difficult, totally doable process.
I'm glad there are resources that are easily and readily available for the youth. Amy, speak to the other adverse effects that vaping is having on our youth.
Well, we don't know what the long-term effects are of vaping, right? It's a new product and we're just not sure, but there is emerging evidence that shows that there are adverse health consequences from vaping. And our goal at Truth Initiative is to expose the connection between mental health and vaping. And in fact, we just launched our new campaign called Breath of Fresh Air, and it's all about busting the fantasy that vapes are a stress reliever, and in fact, they're a stress amplifier.
Giana Darville and Amy Taylor with Truth Initiative, thank you so much for the work you do, and best of luck with all your endeavors.